we've actually set it up in order to be beneficial for the investor, to allot them a certain amount of protection as well as ourselves, is all of our investors form an LLC with our company. At that point, we are the managing member of that LLC. That would form a master LLC. That master LLC, underneath it, we form several sub LLCs. Those sub LLCs are actually what acquire the properties, hold the property. The point behind that is every property is held individually by its own LLC. So for example, if there were any issues at any particular property, the only LLC that would be liable would be that sub LLC. So there's actually a level of 2 to 3 LLCs between our investor typically and the actual home. So that way there's several levels removed. But yes, all of our investors are part owners of the company, and they are on title and they are on the house. So they're 100% secured with the asset and removed from the liability. The areas right now that we're really focusing in on is there's about 12 zip codes that we're really focusing on. One of them is North Phoenix. The reason is accessibility to the freeways, the opportunity to buy homes at well below market value, and our ability to sell them rapidly at a certain price. The areas that we're buying right now is off the 101 and I-17 between 7th Avenue all the way over to about 59th Avenue. Bell Road, Union Hills, North Phoenix. We also acquire properties in Avondale, which is a whole different market. It's more of a newer home. It's a much lesser remodel. So typically our budget there is quite a bit less, and there's less issues in regards to structure and things of that nature, newer homes. We also buy in the Central Corridor and in the 85014, 85016, 85018 area, because that actually is very similar to this area. However, the investment typically is going to be a little bit more, but the return is still there, and it's near the Biltmore. You're near the point. You're definitely on the Camelback corridor. There's an opportunity there right now. So we've kind of isolated those 3 areas primarily because of what we can purchase the home for and what it's at. What we've experienced, or what Aaron and I found out a long time ago, was that you can make money in any area. I mean, Avondale, Buckeye, you can go to Chandler, Gilbert, but I think if you're really going to do this full time, that you need to specialize in certain areas. And the reason is to understand your market, understand what values are, understand what you can resell them for, and really target it. And there's so much opportunity out there right now that we don't really have to be as open or broad to areas that we're not familiar with. And when we go into areas that we're not familiar with, we're taking on a certain level of risk of not understanding the buyer, not understanding the neighborhood, not understanding the level of remodel that we need to do. So we've kind of specialized in these areas because we're comfortable in them, we're familiar with them, and it's where we've kind of done our homes and we've done our homework. And so that's, I think, the big reason why we stick in certain zip codes. Initially, after we've acquired the property and done the budget and done our due diligence, we do charge a property management fee, which does vary depending on the scope of the project and the size of the project, and it really represents a very small percentage of the total home value. Once the remodel is complete, the investor receives a majority of the profit from the sale, and we do receive a small percentage of that profit. We do charge an annual fee every January of 2% of the total amount invested. And that is to cover all the accounting fees and bookkeeping for taxes that need to be done annually. Every single LLC that we establish or set up typically costs us anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 annually to do the books for and do all the accounting. So we do charge a 2% annual fee at that point. I think any investor, or the investors that I've come across, or even myself, I think they're happy with the amount of return that they're receiving, the security that they're receiving. And I think a lot of investors also like the feeling like they're improving a community and helping people. And that's really what we do. Our motto is actually, we're improving communities one home at a time. So I think investors that invest in us are looking for a monetary return, they're looking for a secure return, and they're also looking to help the community.